Y'all ready for this?
Good morning, Creekside Otters. Today is Monday, March 4th, 2024. Let's start with a check-in. What zone are you in right now? Are you in the green zone, ready to learn? Blue zone, maybe a little sad or tired? Are you in the yellow zone, excited to be here or excited for something that's going to happen soon? Or maybe a little anxious? Or are you in the red zone, feeling a little upset? I'm feeling in the green zone today. I feel ready to learn and I'm excited to be here with all of you. Remember, if you're not in the green zone, you can check in with your teacher and your teacher can suggest different ways to get back to the green zone. All right, remember, we just finished February, which was our month of honesty. That was our character trait we focused on, being honest in what we say and do. I have one last shout out for honesty, and this goes to Rosie in Miss Motley's class, who showed honesty at home and at school. Way to go, Rosie. We are so proud of you. So this month, our new character trait is cooperation. Cooperation means working together to reach shared goals. We see examples of cooperation in lots of places here at Creekside. It might be working with a small group in math to solve a problem or complete a project. Or on the playground, it might look like taking turns in a game of kickball, or on the spinami, or including and working together while playing soccer or football. Cooperation all at home might look like pitching in to help clean up after dinner. Be on the lookout for ways you can cooperate with others in different places, both here at school and at home. Or even if you have practice somewhere, whether that's piano practice or soccer practice. Today we get a quote from Helen Keller, who was an author and speaker who had no sight or hearing and had to learn to cooperate with her childhood teacher to use her sense of touch for learning. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Today, I challenge you to think about what your individual talents are and how they might help you when you are working with others. I want to just give a quick shout out to one of our grade levels who are going to be working this week on conflict resolution. So that's grade 2. So shout out to grade 2 this week, who is going to be working on conflict resolution and using the tree of choices to allow you to work through conflicts with others. We look forward to seeing you use those skills on the playground and in your classrooms, and you can teach others out at recess too. Here's our purposeful pursuit for cooperation this week. How can you show cooperation today at school and at home? Take a moment to talk about this as a class, and then think about and pick one that you are going to put into action today, whether that's at school or at home. Do you know what this week is? March 2nd, and then March 4th, all this week through the 10th, is Read Across America Week. It was launched in 1998 by the National Education Association, and Read Across America is the nation's largest celebration of reading. We are going to find so many ways to celebrate this week, from some jokes, from doing things in class to read, and doing special things in the library. So keep an eye out for all the fun things we're going to do to focus on reading. What are some ways you can celebrate reading as a class? Take a moment to talk about it with your class. Let's read and grow together as a community, Otters. All right, before I send you off today, I just want to remind you of something really important that we pledged at the beginning of the year. That was our equity pledge. And we all talked about this, and we pledged to treat people who are different than ourselves with kindness and respect. So just a reminder how important that is, that we want everyone to feel like they belong here at Creekside. And so we want to make sure that we're treating others with kindness and respect. And by doing that every day, this makes Creekside a wonderful place for all people to be. We are really glad you are here. You all belong to Creekside, and we are so glad you are Otters. All right, make it a great day, Otters.
The world around you is full of sounds and distractions. Sometimes it can be hard to listen, but you can learn to tune into the sounds that are most important to you at the moment. Stand tall in mountain, with your feet hip-width apart, your body tall but relaxed, and palms facing forward. Close your eyes or look at the screen in front of you. Now imagine opening your ears as wide as you can and stretch your sense of hearing far out into the world. Listen for the furthest away sounds you can find. Don't worry if you can't tell what is making the sounds you hear. Just listen to the sounds as they come and as they go. Breathe in and reach your arms out and up overhead. Take a full breath in here, making your body as tall as possible. Now reach your arms out into the world, becoming the biggest version of yourself. Take 3 full breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Lower your arms back into mountain pose. Keep your eyes closed or look at the screen. This time, pull your sense of hearing in a bit and listen to just the sounds happening inside this room. If outside sounds distract you, imagine drawing the net of your hearing slowly in closer and closer until you're only hearing sounds inside the room. Now slowly open your eyes. Drop your chin down and slowly roll your head from one side and then to the other. Keep doing this a few more times at your own pace. And now come back up to center and roll your head up. Next, roll your shoulders back for a few circles. And then forward for a few circles. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Close your eyes. And once again, stretch your sense of hearing wide and listen for the furthest away sounds you can find, just for a moment. Now imagine pulling your sense of hearing closer, as if it's a net that you are drawing into. Listen only for the sounds inside of this room. What did you hear? Does your body have anything to say? Could you hear your heartbeat or your belly? Maybe even a thought or an idea. Remember, when sounds distract you during the day, you can always notice them, and then, layer by layer, bring your attention and awareness back towards you. You are in charge of what you listen to.
In the United States, March is Women's History Month. It honors women's contributions in all areas of life, as scientists, inventors, artists, politicians, and more. The celebration began in 1978, when the school district of Sonoma, California, hosted a week-long recognition of women's accomplishments throughout history. The idea spread, and in 1980, President Jimmy Carter proclaimed the week of March 8th National Women's History Week. 6 years later, an organization called the National Women's History Project convinced Congress to dedicate the entire month of March to women's history. Each year, a special focus for the month is declared by the National Women's History Project. For example, important artists like photographer Dorothea Lange and painter Mary Cassatt have been celebrated. Pioneers such as educator Mary McLeod Bethune, Clara Barton, who founded the Red Cross, Amelia Earhart in aviation, and First Lady Michelle Obama have also been honored. Women's History Month celebrates unsung heroes too. The countless women who helped when our country was at war, women who run businesses and volunteer in their communities, single mothers who work and raise families, and the unknown writers and artists in history whose works were never made public, yet teach historians much about our country's past. Which women in your life would you like to celebrate?